Hello everybody, my name is Brock Fitzgerald. Today I was wanting to show you guys some of my little phone jigs that I've made in the past, and these phone jigs are special phone jigs that are made to fit a Samsung Galaxy Core Prime, which is the type of phone that I have. And the first jig I wanted to show you guys is this jig right here. And what is this jig, some of you may ask? Well, this jig is a jig that I might use whenever I'm eating on my grandfather's table. And whenever I eat on my grandfather's table half the time, there's a little 8-pound lift weight I have on the table. And most of the time I lean my cell phone whenever I'm having to watch the internet and stuff. I lean my phone against that little 8-pound lift weight. I just lean it against it like that. And it holds it in place. But sometimes, because I have to touch the phone to be able to choose videos and stuff, my hands are really greasy, and sometimes the phone will occasionally get greasy. I have to get a cloth and do all this and do all that, clean it up. So I made this little jig to help me out, and what this is it's basically a phone holder. And what this does, the way this works is the screen is facing towards right here. So say the phone is in the jig right now, which I'm using it which at the moment I'm using it to take this video, and so the phone would be so the screen will be facing the screen of the phone will be facing this way. And in case you guys are wondering, you guys see this little knob on here, and I made this little knob just using my little hole saw that I have out in the shop and my drill press. Did take quite a while because that hole saw that I was using for this particular project was extremely dull. And one day I'm gonna show you guys how to survive with a very, very dull hole saw. And if I ever get the chance, or if I ever get the time to do it, I will most certainly get a video of it. But anyways, keep on continuing on with the knob. After I cut the knob with the hole saw, I cooled it down under the tap, or the tap as they call it in the United Kingdom, or as we call it here in the USA, the spigot. And I cooled it down under the spigot. And the reason I did that is because whenever you cut with that hole saw, and see, I had my drill press running at 1,630 RPMs whenever I was doing this, and that knob was very hot whenever I retrieved it from the hole saw. So what it is, I went over to my spigot outside, and I soaked this down in some really cold water just to help cool it down a little bit. And then what I did is I took I can't remember what size actually I didn't look at what size of drill bit it was at the time, but I took that size drill bit and drilled some holes along the top, bottom, and the sides just to make the knob look better. And then I took my largest drill bit of my collection, which is a half drill bit, and turned, and I drilled a hole right in the center of it. And then I took the bolt, which is used for the adjustment, that way it can taper better. And I compressed the bolt which is right there. You guys might not be able to see that. But anyway, I took that bolt and compressed it into the knob to make it to where instead of having to go to the shop and hunt around for a wrench to be able to tighten it with, I can just grip it tightly with my hand and move the knob. And what this knob does is, or the bolt itself, and what this does is, whenever I'm watching videos, I have to have the phone at a taper. That way it faces my head, because, you know, that's where your eyes are, which is self-explanatory. And I actually took this and punched a hole in it about 1 or 2 imperial sizes below the bolt size. And that allows for the adjustment, so if I move the bolt in some more, as you guys can see, the taper increases. And if I loosen it up with the knob, as you guys can see, it loosens it up and the taper decreases to whichever size I want it to be at. So the phone tapers this way. And again, the knob is used for the taper adjustment. That way you can taper it more. Or if you don't want to taper it so much, just loosen up the knob and it will reduce the taper. So that's pretty much it on this jig right here. Very useful. In fact, whenever I eat my dinner tonight, I'm actually going to be using this jig to hold my phone up. If not, I'll do it the old-fashioned way, and I just lean it against the weight. So that's it. That's it for this jig. One of my second jigs is actually one that I am going to be using in the shop. The next video that I get at the shop, I will be using this. And what this is as you guys can see here, this is kind of weird to some of you guys. But what this is actually a little holder for my drill press. And as I previously mentioned, I use my Samsung Galaxy Core Prime to actually make my videos with. And as you guys can see, I built a little frame for it to fit in, but this could probably even fit an S4, an S5, or maybe even an iPhone, a rather large iPhone by the size. And whenever I built this, I was expecting for it to just to lean on it. It leaned on the two little lugs here, and I kind of had a problem with that. And the problem I had is, as many of you guys know, whenever you're drilling, you put the piece of wood on the little drill press table. And I needed the phone to face towards the drill press table. And whenever I leaned it against these two lugs, unfortunately, it did not. So, again, it didn't lean against the drill press table. So what I did is I leaned the phone at the right taper to where it faced towards the drill press table. And I actually marked it with my little pen that my uncle got me from Griffith Lumber. Really good place. Be sure and check that out. But anyways, back to the project. After marking it, I drilled a hole about 1 or 2 imperial sizes below the bolt. And then again, I screwed the bolt in. And it also allows for some adjustments. So if I needed to lean more against the drill press table, all I have to do is just tighten up the bolt with a wrench. Now, in case many of you guys are asking now, will I ever put a knob on this? Well, the answer to that is no. And the reason is I have a little centerpiece in my cell phone cover that I have on it where a little phone stand used to go. And fortunately now it's long gone because that dropped off one time, and now it is history. So very sad that I lost that, but thankfully I'm going to be making probably another phone jig to help me hold the phone at a taper, which is what this jig is used for. But anyways, back to the project, that little space, and the bolt just fits, sits right into that little space. And again, that's how it leans towards the drill press table. And again, if I needed to lean more towards the drill press table, all I have to do is just tighten up the bolt. Or if it's tapering down too much, leaning towards the drill press table a little too far, just take the bolt out a little bit, make it just a tiny bit higher, turn it left to make it a little higher, and I'll have my adjustment nice and good. That way I'll take another video with the Samsung Galaxy Core phone. So guys, that's pretty much it on these jigs. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, I got one more to show you guys. And I've got one more right over there I want to show you guys right over there. So I'm going to go ahead and take you guys over to that one. And I hope you guys like these two jigs that I made. Might make another one. But this is the jig I was wanting to show you. And this jig right here is actually a very special jig. And what this is like, for instance, most of the time whenever I go to bed, sometimes I like to look at my cell phone, watch videos, etc., etc., and most of the time, I have to hold my phone. I actually have to lean my phone against the bed and actually lean sideways to be able to watch my cell phone if I ever want to watch a video or something like that. So I built this little stand right here. And as you guys can see, it's got 2 little bolts right here on it. And what this is actually it makes it to where the phone will go in between the 2 bolts right here. And it's held in place by the washers. Most of the time the washers are at a taper like that. And that is what holds the phone in place. So what happens is the phone goes in between the 2 bolts. And to keep it from dropping on my face and securely breaking my glasses, I just added those 2 washers to help hold it in place. So guys, that's pretty much it on my jigs that I built. And I hope you guys like my jigs that I made. And next time I'm in the shop, if I get the chance, I will show you guys how to make these little knobs right here. Fairly easy to make, and I'll I'll show you guys how to make those knobs. Whenever I get the chance, I'll get a video on how to make the knobs. So, guys, that's about it on this episode, and hope you guys have a great day. And if you guys haven't already, be sure and please subscribe to the channel. And because if you happen to be subscribed to my channel, I appreciate that. But if you guys haven't already, be sure and subscribe. Because if you guys subscribe to the channel, you guys will get notified for every video I post. So guys, that's about it on this episode. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys on the next update. Thanks for watching.